Hi there, welcome to my views and news studio stories. Firstly, has Jawa's book been banned in Ethiopia? On which level has it been banned? Is it available? Has open distribution been banned? What happened? Secondly, Eritrea, it seems, is busy lobbying in the US. Eritrea has never been on good terms with the US. It has been accusing US government of imposing its hegemony on the world. It has been accusing the US of imposing a new world order on the rest of the world. But Eritrea seems to be hoping that through lobbying, maybe it can improve its relations with the Donald Trump government. Eritrea is selling its stability in the US. Several points are being mentioned by Eritrean lobbyists, Eritrea backed MPs and journalists who are asking the upcoming government to review its foreign policy towards Eritrea. Let's start with firstly, Jawar Mohammed's book has been inaugurated in Gabu. The name of the book inaugurated in Europe. Jawar could not launch the book from Kenya after Ethiopian government intervened. Jawar had to pack up and leave Kenya. He launched his book from Nuremberg, Germany. Then he went to Netherlands as well. He's visiting European countries, Canada, US, and then he announced a schedule of the visits of Arab countries to Middle Eastern countries too, though it remains to be seen if Middle Eastern countries will allow him to speak uh, criticizing the federal government of Ethiopia, especially countries like the UAE. UAE is a key ally of the Ethiopian PM. So it would be difficult for Jawar, I think, to deliver fiery speeches against Ethiopian government in the Middle East. But he said a few 2 days ago that he will announce a schedule of his visit of Middle Eastern country. But he should be careful because if you remember, Suleiman Abdullah was arrested in Saudi Arabia, a social media activist, and he remained in prison for several months. Recently, I think he was released. Then Alamudi also remained under house arrest in Saudi Arabia. These Middle Eastern countries are not known for respect for people's fundamental rights. So the freedom which Jawar has to speak in Europe, in America, might not be available to him in the Middle East. But let's see what happens. Jawar's book has been banned in Ethiopia. It has been banned altogether, or just open distribution has been banned. Well, its open distribution has been banned according to Jawar Mohammed. And he uh, announced that last night. He said that he is ready, his people are ready to return the royalties which distributors paid to him to openly distribute the book in Ethiopia. He said the distributors could face problems, financial problems. That is why he's ready to pay back royalties. And he urged the people in Ethiopia to buy hard copies of the book, that people should not buy online. They should buy hard copies. Book is available, but it has been banned from open distribution. If people start buying hard copies in Ethiopia, in Romania, the distributor will definitely get uh, his money back. But Jawar announced to return the royalties which he received from the distributor who bought distribution rights for the book in Ethiopia. Uh, Secondly, viewers, Eritrea is trying to sell itself as a new ally, a strategic ally for the US. Eritrean lobbyists, pro-Eritrea government activists in the US, they have launched a campaign, diplomatic campaign, telling the new president, the new US government, that Eritrea can be a strategic ally for the US in the Horn of Africa. Articles are being written, MPs are being contacted, a campaign is definitely underway. When Trump was elected, I think Sasavuki welcomed that, hoping that Trump's win could lead to improvement in Eritrea US relations. Eritrea has been under sanctions for years. EU US imposed sanctions on Eritrea. Eritrea has been accusing US of supporting TPLF and others and trying to change government in Eritrea. Eritrea was cut off from SWIFT as well, SWIFT international banking system. What are Eritrean lobbyists saying in the US? Which Eritrean qualities are they talking about in terms of its potential to be a strategic ally for the US? Stability, first main advantage which these lobbyists are talking about is stability. That Eritrea is the most stable country in the Horn of Africa. Somalia, Ethiopia, Sudan, even Djibouti, not as stable as Eritrea. Secondly, Western countries, US concerned about Houthi attacks on commercial ships, and to keep marine traffic safe through Red Sea. Eritrea can play a role by providing foothold to Westerners along its coast. UE has been using Eritrean soil as well. Eritrea situated right across the sea from Yemen. It can be of use for Westerners in the fight against Houthis. Westerners definitely, Americans, Westerners want to control growing Iranian influence in Yemen. For years, Iran has been having huge clout in Yemen. Houthis, backed by Iran, carry out attacks on commercial ships affiliated with Israel and some with Western and American shipping companies. Thirdly, Eritrean likely support in Somalia and Sudan is being cited by these lobbyists. They say that Eritrea can play a role to solve the conflict in Sudan. Already, Eritrea is playing a role, by the way. Eritrea is training hundreds of Sudanese fighters, more than 7 Sudanese armed groups are being trained in Eritrea, and they've been deployed to eastern Sudan. Some Darfur-based groups have also been sending their fighters to be trained in Eritrea. Then Somalia, Eritrea is training Somalia's forces. It is being said that here Eritrea could be of importance for US in the fight against Al-Shabaab. Let's see what Trump government does. Trump is expected to reconsider US foreign policy towards Russia, towards North Korea, towards Eritrea. Eritrea hoping that it will be able to to improve its relations with the US. Djibouti is now the base for the US for its operations in the region. US has a military base there, but there are several military bases too. US wants to have another military base in the area. It has been considering the option of Somaliland too. But to say that US will be able to establish a military base in Eritrea in coming days, weeks, or months is definitely an exaggeration, because Eritrea is very closely aligned with Russia and China. But it can improve its relations with the US under Trump administration. Let's see what happens. Thank you for watching.